Hey John, I'd like to talk to you about choosing the right pool builder and what are some of the things that need to be considered when looking at having a pool put in your backyard. I know you guys have been in the business a long time, for over 30 years, and just like to get your perspective because I know this is something you do in 24 hours a day. So I'd like to hear some thoughts and ideas.
With new construction, the most important question is, do they know what they're doing? Are they doing it right? Are they spending the money on the pool? And are they going to be in business? I always laugh when people give these unrealistic warranties and they have no intention of being in business. It's very unsettling. So I think the most important question you got to ask is, how long has my pool business been in business? Not how long has the owner been selling pools, but how long has this company been in business under a continuous name? There's hundreds of pool companies out there that change names every 2 or 3 years. Still the same guy, still so-and-so, but they've gone out of business. They've walked away from all their responsibility. They've walked away from all their liability. And they form a new company, and they're back to doing the same scam again. And as a homeowner, when somebody has a pool built by Waterline Pools, John Harrison, they can call me 20 years from now. We're still here. We're here, and we will handle any questions or any concerns. We're all over it. And I think that's the main thing you have to focus on, is the stability of your pool company and experience. That's paramount.
One thing we were talking about earlier was pool design. And when do you get a pool design, and how do you use that? When does the process start?
We've recently changed our philosophy on pool design. We used to give out free designs, but we do not give out free designs anymore. We think the industry should change. We think a homeowner should get a design that they're really happy about. It's exactly what they want. Then when they have that design, then they can get bids from various builders. That way they're comparing true apples to apples, and they're bidding the same project. Now some people will still spend more money on it, they'll build it better, but basically you're bidding the same thing. It's very hard for a homeowner to have two completely different designs, and of course they're going to have two completely different prices. But you can't compare. They're different animals. So we charge for design. It includes all changes, and again, it's what we pay for it, and it just seems to work better. And it's tough bringing people on, but most of our clients understand. Now the reason we're doing this is because we have the best designs out there. It's on CAD. It's beautiful. My designer's out of Austin, Texas. I've known him for 20 years. But what would happen is we would do the design, then some other builder would come on and say, "Oh, I can build that pool for $5,000 less." And what they do is they do not build it to the same standards. They don't use 2.5-inch plumbing in the spas. They don't use the same horsepower motors and blowers. They're not using the same computer controls, same Durazo, Hydrazo colored plaster. And it's not the same job. Of course they're cheaper. But we're putting more into the pool. We're putting more steel. We're putting in thicker walls. Again, we have masons that are completely trained. They use additives. We're looking for quality of product. And someone who doesn't have the experience is subbing out all their work. They're not going to have the same quality of construction that we deliver every day. So they can be cheaper. But we put way more money into the actual product. And again, that's why we were upset that people were taking our design and building it not to our specifications.
And what goes into a design? I mean, what kind of questions do you ask the homeowner when creating the design?
This is the one time where I actually try to sit back and listen to what the real needs are. And it's tricky sometimes, because sometimes there'll be a couple and they're not on the same page. They might want deep end, shallow end. They might want volleyball. And that's the hardest thing. We get out there on appointments, and then the people want volleyball, basketball, deep end, spa, and it's a lot. You have to have a very large pool to fit all that in. So the main thing is listening what they want. I try to always find out how many kids they have. If they want to dive, if they want to swim laps, or if they just want to hang out and sit. And then it depends on the shape of the yard. I'd like to think one of my strengths is actually visualizing space and kind of have a good knack for what would look good. I think this facilitates me well on my remodels, is I can kind of see what's going to work. And you always want to get sound and a presence. That's why these new things like the fire bowls are so important. People want to have things going on, and it just makes the yard fantastic. So
is cost a factor in terms of ultimately what the project would run in terms of the entire pool and the design? How does that factor in?
I find that if you're talking generally to quality pool companies, and there are some good quality pool companies in Dallas, and we know who they are. We always like it when we're bidding against the quality pool companies because we know they're building to the same standards. So, some homeowners get 4 or 5 bids. There'll be 2 or 3 that are very, very low. That's what you're getting. You're getting low quality. You're getting the risk. You're not having any stability. We love it when we're bidding against the good companies because we know we're generally right around the same price. So when you have quality of construction, the main thing is that you're comfortable with your builder. You're comfortable with who you're dealing with. And that's why you have to be careful too. Sometimes you're buying a pool from a salesman. Salesman does not really have a lot of construction knowledge. He might have a good sales pitch, but you should always ask, who will be building my pool? Like, what happens after I sign the dotted line? Mm-hmm. The thing that I'm very comfortable with, I tell my clients, is I am the builder. I actually prefer the building. I enjoy the sales, but I really enjoy the building. I'm on the jobs. I check everything. I make sure they're right, but I enjoy it. I love the digging. I love the gunite, but I am there. Some other companies, once you sign the dotted line, your salesman's out of the picture. He takes his commission and he's gone. Then you have some third party that you've never met before come in and tell you he's the construction supervisor, or he's the manager, but he doesn't know what the salesman has promised you. See, there's a communication gap there. That's what I like about our company. That's what people really like, is it's direct communication. Homeowner, builder, I do it all. I sell it, I build it. And that's why I think we deliver a superior product too. Because once we sell a pool, our main goal is to build the finest pool possible, not to maximize profit.
Well, John, thanks a lot. It's a wonderful day today, and we can see why the quality and workmanship, just overall, what you've done here in the marketplace has been incredible. And thank you again for this nice interview with Waterline Pools.
Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.